E.T. here. Info for this video comes from the book Tunney, Boxing's Brainiest Champion. It's by Jack Kavanaugh. Do buy it new. It comes from other sources too. This is Harry Greb, a.k.a. the Pittsburgh Windmill. He fought more bouts in a month than most fighters today do in a career. He handed a prime Dempsey a boxing lesson. That was during a sparring bout in, I think it was December of 1920. I'm going to do a video of that soon. He beat heavyweight contender Tommy Gibbons in March of 1922. Despite Gibbons having advantage in weight and reach, and Gibbons had knocked out 14 of his last 15 opponents. Gibbons described his March 1922 second meeting with Greb. They'd met back in 1920. That, by the way, was the only loss up to that time on Gibbons' record. Anyway, he says this, Gibbons does. Harry's a human buzzsaw. His punches seem to come from everywhere, from the gallery, under my shoes, from behind my back. If Harry had a real punch, I'd never have finished on my feet. Keep in mind, Greb is a natural middleweight. Nonetheless, Greb felt he could beat all top middleweights, as well as heavyweights and light heavies. Greb told a reporter, and I'm quoting Greb, I can defeat Dempsey in a 12 or 15 round decision bout. Of course, I wouldn't expect to knock Dempsey out. My biggest thought would be to keep from getting knocked out. That is all I would have to do. In order to win a decision bout with Dempsey, who is no harder to hit than Gibbons, and who would have as much trouble reaching me as did Gibbons. On May 5, Greb fought, this was at Madison Square Garden, Gene Tunney, age 24, undefeated, with advantages over Greb in weight, 12 pounds, height and reach, both 5 inches. Also, he is a skilled defensive boxer. Nonetheless, odds makers, who know the business, are thinking Greb's going to win. Now, E.T. has already covered the 4 epic battles between these two, Tunney and Greb. But this first battle in May, I think it was on the 23rd, 1922, deserves more coverage. The fight is technically for the American light heavyweight title, something nobody cares about. It's actually intended to land the victor a shot at champion George Carpentier for the world title. It's broadcast, by the way, on radio, described in a newspaper as the powerful radiophone station, KDKA. The Madison Square Garden crowd is large, very noisy. Gambling is conducted openly, although it's very illegal. The best boxing writers are there, including Grantland Rice is there, Damon Runyon, Pegler, Westbrook Pegler. Greb, always a showman, very vain too, enters the ring. He's overflowing with confidence, Vaseline slicked hair, and woe be to any opponent who messes it up. And his face is powdered with talcum. Tunney appeared in the ring looking calm, like the former combat Marine that he was, sporting a crew cut. And he looks like the Shakespearean scholar from Tony Greenwich, Connecticut, which he also was. But neither the Marine training nor wisdom garnered from the English bard, Shakespeare, proved useful against the human windmill, despite Dr. Robert Shea's injections of adrenaline chloride to protect Gene's face. He also gave him Novocaine in the knuckles, necessary only if Gene connects with Greb's body, which, well, to be absolutely clear, he did not. Round 1. Greb sprints over to Tunney. A right, then a left. Maybe it was a headbutt, breaks Gene's nose, and it's going to flow for the rest of the fight. And he continues a whirlwind of punches. It's like a human Gumby. It's coming from all directions. Tunney's famous defenses are as ineffective as, well, was the Maginot Line in World War II. In the second round, Gene's nose is filled with adrenaline chloride to stop the bleeding. It does not. Greb continues to rain punches, coming from all angles. Sometimes he appears to be off balance. And when not smacking Tunney, he'd grab him and smash him from the inside, often fouling. Now, the author, Jack Kavanaugh, wrote, and I'm quoting Kavanaugh, "The referee, Kid McFarland, let the windmill get away with everything short of kicking Tunney in the groin." Damon Runyon wrote that after this round, Tunney appeared, and I'm quoting Runyon, appeared as if he had been painting a house with red paint while under the influence of hard cider. By round 9, Tunney is losing blood from over both eyes, from his nose, and also his mouth. The canvas is red. Tunney, between rounds, decides to sip from his own home brew. It's brandy and orange juice, and he said immediately it made him see double. As for the remaining rounds, Gene Tunney later said, and I'm quoting, "How I ever survived the 13th, 14th, and 15th rounds is still a mystery to me." After the final bell, Greb appeared unfazed, undamaged. Tunney collapsed on his way to the dressing room. He had to be carried to a table. He can't talk. Finally, he is able to revive a bit after his stomach is pumped clean and the cuts are stitched. The doctors there estimated that he lost 2 quarts of blood. A lot of people disagree with that, but that's what they said. This beating was assumed by many to be the end of the road for Gene Tunney. W.O. McGeehan in the New York Tribune wrote, and I'm quoting him, "A nice boy, that Tunney, and a good soldier, as the entire AEF, that's the American Expeditionary Forces, will testify. But he has not the instincts for this kind of fighting, nor has he the speed." But Tunney knows he's coming back. The next day after the fight, he puts down money for a return bout with Greb, and he said that he'd figured out how to beat the windmill. And in the 3 bouts to come, he would do that, although the second Tunney-Greb decision, well, it's still debated. But their 4th and last encounter, it was the exact reverse of their first. During the months after the fight, Gene recuperated at his old country training camp, where he read Troilus and Cressida, that's Shakespeare's very hard to decipher play, and he planned out his next bout with Greb. He'd go on to beat Carpentier. Carpentier refused. He ducked the formidable Greb. And eventually Gene took the heavyweight title from Jack Dempsey. And he'd retire from boxing after the second Dempsey fight and another one with Tom Heaney, having lost during his career only 1 fight, and that was to the Pittsburgh Windmill. He retired to luxury in posh Stamford, Connecticut, made possible by his own ring earnings and his wife's dowry. She's an heiress to the USS Steel fortune. One of their 4 children was John Tunney, who became a United States Senator representing California. Greb, after the fight, went drinking and carousing with pals. I should mention here, he never drank alcohol, but he pretended to. And later, as mentioned, he never got his bout with Carpentier. Now, in December of 1926, Greb died. He's only age 32. That was following an operation to fix his nose. By the way, Greb fought Gibbons and Tunney with only 1 working eye. And that, boys and girls, is the story. Did you like it? Tap the thumb up icon. Hit also the bell icon to be notified of new uploads. Do subscribe to this channel. And if you would, share the videos on social media. Oh, you know the drill. Thank you.